Greetings and salutations, my fellow Admirals. I am Admiral Andre and I welcome you back to the second part of the motor industry mission of Transport Fever. So let's jump right into the action, and we can see a large number of people waiting here in Indianapolis already. I'm expecting this line to be our main money maker. I think it will be anyway. Just see, what's the train doing at the moment? Already 71 out of 90 and we just started, so that does bode well. And I think also as soon as we do get some actual money in our account, we can get some more buses, because we have up to 27 people waiting here and the bus can only take 9, I think. Yes, and it's full already, so that's again another good money maker. So how are we progressing now? I'm really hoping that these farms will start kicking up production. Only 18 yet. I'm wondering, is it worth testing that theory about the delivery of goods to passenger stations? I wonder, since we already have a line here, if I just connect this one out and sort of just continue straight with this and then just share the last little bit of the line, maybe we can at least test whether that is true, because food will certainly be another good money maker for the city of Indianapolis. And we'll have to share this little bit of line as well. Oh, that's okay. My ambitions are tempered by my empty wallet, much like real life. Very popular, excellent. Look at this, this is madness. I bet you there's not going to be enough room on this train. No, not even nearly, look at that. But that's so encouraging, really. That means we can already just double this line and get another one running here. I think that will be worthwhile as soon as possible. And since we have some money, let's actually take care of that first. So how are we going to do this one now? I must build it on the outside here. It's of course possible to just add another platform as well, but let's just share the platform. Just go from there somewhere. Of course, the signals here will now just have to be moved very slightly. And I'm getting the catenaries. It's because I restarted the game since the last video. Oh well, doesn't matter, I can remove them in short order. Money is again the problem. So let's just go that far and let it run again. Just enough room, luckily. I just need $3,000. Might get some, but now we are already in the red again. There's a bit of food waiting. Seriously though, where is my livestock? That looks decent. But again, the passenger one is really the money maker in this scenario. So rather speed up fully. Let's just see what happens. By the time the train gets back, we'll probably get a nice million, I would imagine, if not more. And we should max that train out as well, I think. Just get as many cars on it as possible. Then as soon as we get a more powerful locomotive, we can just replace the locomotive. So how much do we get? Let's see if I'm right. 1.1 million. There we go. Very nice. So now that that money is in the pocket, let's actually use it before it gets deducted again. Okay, very nice. Then this one I can make a bit of a more of a run up to the actual station, so it's a bit faster. There we go. So the trains again must always travel on the right, and so they must wait somewhere here if there is one in the station already. And then we're going to need just a couple of signals. I'm not going to have, I think, more than 2 trains running here, or maybe 3 actually eventually. So this is also just safeguarding the whole thing. There we go. So then this issue must just be solved quickly. So let's say somewhere there, and then I can remove the other one. So that will have to wait there, and then on the approach from the other side, it's anyway in a good spot. So is it worth putting another signal in here? It might be, because it's a bit of a... No, but that is the spot there, so... Oh well, let's just put another one in. Or another pair. There we go. Then the last one is here as it approaches. Unfortunately, it will have to slow down quite a bit for that turn, but that's okay. And then the catenaries. I don't have to remove them really. We can pretend it was an experiment by some overzealous engineer. But we don't believe in this electricity train nonsense. There's no such a thing. Although we know better, but anyway. So let's just now let it run again, and it should take the new route. And once we get some more in the pocket, we can get another train. I think maybe another train before we get more cars on this one. It's going to slow the train down more. So 90 people is a good number, I think, per train at least. That should always ensure a very, very nice profit. And look at this, 220 people. No. This is crazy. We're going to have more than 90. So scratch that idea. And then once we throw Detroit into the mix, you can just imagine how crazy things will get then. But that's fantastic because it's such a great money maker. Awesome. Are you full? No, only 7. These should start going up, so 28 now. 30, okay, that's decent. You can see they do take a little while to warm up, but it's happening. And if we look at the details here, the potential product is 311, which again means the city has 353, which means we don't obviously cover the whole of the commercial area, but we cover 311. So that shows we already have a huge market. So these little outskirts won't be getting any, but that's okay. They must just make their own arrangements, I guess. Find another supplier. So 311 is already a huge number, and I think we should maximize that before we start shipping to Indianapolis. Once we actually hit that 300 limit, then we can do that. Otherwise, why bother? Because we have room to expand right here. Okay, it's already on its way back. The years are passing and we have to move, but we are at least doing well, I think. It's a very nice station. We get the Schaffhausen, but won't be necessary here. Mix soda, and what is this? The dress. So if you want the dress, then that's where you go and shop, I guess. Sonwald am Wolsee. I guess that's somewhere in Switzerland. What's this? Rose. Odor. Smell like summer. Look like winter. That's interesting. This I don't know. Son something. I can't always read this font. This is the very German font. Sonberausstellung im Museum der something. So it's some other exhibition in a museum. Ah well, it's interesting. All the detail. Now listen, this is getting rather berserk here. We need some serious money to maximize this train because I can't have 230 people waiting here. Okay, as soon as that one makes payday, let's just stop. Okay, 2.7, that's not a lot, but we can at least start off with that. It doesn't really make much of a difference, to be honest. So let's just get some more cars first. I wonder how many more we can have on that train. I think just one, to be honest. But I think we did take the bigger stations here. Very easy to find out. This is the 160 meter platform. And it is shorter than that one. So is it the same here? I hope so. Probably is. Yes, so we have 240 meters, which means we can have much longer trains. This will slow the train down, but I think it'll be okay. So let me just keep it running. It'll help at least. What a fine city. Whenever I hear the name Chicago, I always think of Oprah Winfrey. That was a big thing in the 90s, so obviously it still is somewhere on her own network, but I don't know too much about that. There you go, let's speed it up a bit. We're halfway through the food demand delivery target. But for the actual demand, it's only 16% of the city, so we really can do much better than this. Where is that train? 28 out of 84. That is not nearly the limit yet. Are they at least picking up production? 40 now and 42. So it is working overtime. I don't want to add another train. We don't need it. And as soon as this one unloads the people, I just needed to go back to the depot again. $50, $40, $30, $20. Alright, nice. Nobody got on board, I think. So they just have to wait 1 minute and just get the... There we go. So 240 I think is the limit now. That's already 218. So let's add another one. This is really going to be too much for this poor locomotive. 243, that is too much, right? Yes, that is too much. So unfortunately I'll have to sell one again. Or I'm not going to sell it, I'll just put it into the depot so that I can use it on another train. So 218 is what we get with this configuration. So this one must be obviously on that line, and good luck to you. This should be very impressive. I've never had a train this long yet. Just have to make the color nice and uniform. There we go, very nice. Oh, actually have I? In that steel mission, no, that was 70 passengers in a train, so we haven't done more than that yet. But look at this craziness. We could have a train with 200 people in it if we could accommodate it into the station.
The pigs are loose. No idea how that happened, but the animals are frolicking around on the roads near the slaughterhouses. What should we do? We could run the animals over. Luckily, no one sees the manner in which canned meat was slaughtered. Our vehicles shouldn't take any damage in doing so, or will they? The pigs seem to think that they can escape their fate, but they don't know us very well. We should improve the fences urgently, a one-time investment that will pay off.
Okay, that was the medal. There you can see a medal can be earned. Run the animals over or build better fences. The obvious choice will be to build better fences because it's a medal anyway. It should be more hygienic, so there we go. Just cost us a bit of money. Poor pigs, they don't win either way, but anyway. Now I actually forgot to set my timer for this mission, so again I'm probably going to be over time, but I don't think it's time yet. So how old is this train now? 3 years. It takes the parts that are the oldest. But you can see the locomotive has started to show a little bit of wear and tear. Just here along the edges and on those steps. That should be a nice payday, 1.81 million. And again, there is simply too much demand for this to carry. 95, but I think now actually maybe it will catch up over time, so it might even not be necessary yet for another train. Just because as long as it can pick up more now than that then will come to the station, it might actually win, because this is not the limit yet. And I certainly don't want it running empty half of the time. This nice big bus station here. Oh yes, that was the other thing, getting some more buses. So let's add another 6, I think, to Chicago. There we go, and maybe how many should we have? Another, let's have even 7 here in Indianapolis. Ah, well, it won't take too long, I think. Just a little bit of food that has to be delivered before this first requirement is met. So we're almost there. Got that out of the way, and let me just go back to the slower speed. Let's just pick a nice color for the different buses. Now of course I can't find one. Oh well. Chicago City bus, did I not select a color for this already? This one can be yellow. Then the Indianapolis City bus can be, let's say that lime green that the line was anyway. That should do it. 15, so it's not at the limit yet. Once it reaches the limit, I'll just add another car to this line. Doesn't need a new train, certainly.
The meat business isn't going badly at all. But if we're to enter the automobile industry, we're going to need much more money. More lucrative, albeit far riskier, would be the transport of certain liquids that have recently been banned for the good of society. Something which hardly anyone except the police cares about. Moonshine is being produced in an inconspicuous hut somewhere in the forest, and we can deliver it to the cities. At the end of the month, our client, who would like to remain anonymous, will pay us a bonus for each crate we transport. If we don't want to get our hands dirty, we can decline the offer with thanks and remain in the pig business.
Now, I'm definitely getting in on this action. There is no way that I'm gonna not smuggle some moonshine. I don't care about breaking the law there in the least, so let's do it. The Chicago distillery is secretly producing moonshine which we can deliver. The goods may be well hidden, but we should still be careful, so there is that caveat. Generate, now how much is that? They should have some commas in here or something. So $10 million. Now I think that would be in cash in hand probably. Deliver goods from Chicago distillery to the commercial areas of the cities. You will receive a bonus payment of $50,000 for each unit of goods delivered. Definitely getting in on that. So where is the Chicago distillery again? I think it's actually here in the forest. Here we go, hidden away, very inconspicuous, nothing to see here. So now that will obviously be goods, so it needs to go to commercial areas. So we actually have to just get a, that's another kind of a thing now. Very interesting. The last time I did this, I used trucks to ship the goods to the city of Chicago, but I'm thinking, what prohibits us from using a train? Is there any reason why we can't use a train? There is certainly not. So let's do it. Let's go big or go home. We're not just gonna ship a few barrels of this stuff. We are gonna let them drown in it. Maybe I'm getting too enthusiastic here. Bootlegging is the way to go, I guess. At least in the alcohol business. And okay, here I can't get a very sharp turn, so that's okay. We don't want this stuff falling over there. Something like that. It will have to cross this one now, but can it do it while the train is actually on it? It can actually. Wow, okay, that's fantastic. So it might be, oh, it's so funny. I love this kind of thing. It adds so much flavor, to the missions and so on. Just people would be like, why are you building an entire freight line to some hut in the middle of the woods here? Don't ask questions. Alright, so this is just a way for us to test our trains. Don't worry, it's a sort of a shakedown cruise and so on. There's nothing to see here at all. So it will pick up the goods and take it there. So it's just the reason that really inspired this now was I already had this delivery thing, because the last time I played this I used trucks to deliver the meat. So I had a truck station in the center of town, and that sort of prompted me to use trucks then for the moonshine. But now why do that? There's no reason. So let's just put these here again so that you don't have to wait for the delivery. And I think actually putting a depot out here will be a good idea. Or is it necessary? Can we share the other one? No, definitely not. So let's put it here actually. Just so that it actually makes more sense. If I put the depot up here, this was my thinking now. Obviously this is not going to start producing instantly, so it will have to go all the way down and all the way back before it gets a first pickup. But if I put the depot here, it will just have to go one way empty before it at least starts getting something. So let me just place down the depot, and again this is Chicago. This is where our rail yards will be now. So let's make a nice line, and this one will be black because we are doing secret things. And for the name, goods delivery. There we go. All is in order here, officer. There is nothing to see at all. So I think the cheapest one will do. This is a short run, I think. Or maybe, what is this one? A mogul. Since we're getting a 50,000 bonus for each one, it might not be a bad idea to get the mogul. Costs aren't that much more, and it certainly has a bit of speed, so let's do that. But the money. Oh well. We just have to wait a little bit to get this. Okay, so the mogul is in the bank, or depot. Just need some goods trucks. That's a heavyweight parlor, but the other locomotives cannot carry that if we max that one out. So that would be goods, I think. At least 3 cars. Come on. The people are thirsty here. This prohibition nonsense must come to an end. But really not actually, because we can profit so much from it. Fortunes are made and lost. Just have to wait a little bit for our legitimate business to pay off. I think 3 cars would be enough if we can afford it. Or just 2 for now. Maybe that will also be fine. We can max this out a bit later. So let me just make sure the signal business is now again correct, because now we've messed that up a little bit here. So when they come this way, that I think is fine. For this one I won't be too finicky, I think. We can't even remove a signal. Oh well. No, but that will really just not make much sense, because the other train won't move here at all if there is a potential. Or will it? It should actually. Let's just put it on it. Why not? And of course, this must be black. Nothing suspicious to see here. Okay, just stop now. I just want to make sure we get the signal business sorted. So this one is fine, but the one coming back, I can just put here somewhere. I know this one is a bit close now, but that's okay. Let's have a look at you. The night train. Isn't there a wine or something called night train in America? I saw that on one of John Witherspoon's videos, I think. Aha, there it is. Is there really? No, just seeing the symbol there. It's nothing to pick up yet. Ah well, guess it'll just have to go back empty-handed. You fool! I put a passenger station there. I can't believe it! Ah well, money will come in soon. So anyway, I had to make lots of empty trips. The best laid plans of men and mice, I suppose. No, the other delete. There we go. Then freight, please. Just one. That should do. There we go. Ah well. No big deal, I guess. How are you doing though? That's what I like to see. Lots of green. Yeah, so there is a bit of excess demand. We can have another train running here. That will cost many millions. So I hope our booze business will actually bring us something. Actually go back to the depot. I want to get another car. Or 2. Or 3. No, just 2 I think. I can't afford more anyway. Okay, is there anything waiting yet? Nothing yet. Of course, the whole train must be black again. It's not like the police can't see there's a giant train full of booze, but anyway. We must pay off some people, you know? We must work with the system. And how are these cattle? 44. And only... no, that's the booze one. Ah, it's producing. There we go. Details potential is only 49. Wonder why. Let me get the Mack trucks and the Mikado train, so maybe something to look at for the passengers. But let's just take the night train first. The midnight train. Got something here. Very nice. So this should be a nice payday, I think. me just take these red ones away again. There we go. Chicago is thirsty. Wow, look at all these people. It's craziness. We have so much demand here. Aha! Very nice. And now of course we get more than just that. We should get some nice bonuses. They did say $50,000 for each unit. What was that medal about again? Ensure you don't get caught by the police. Goods delivery. We can even ship this out to Indianapolis and other places. 31 already. Haha, I think this is going to be a nice money maker for us. Up and over, up and over. There we go. And it's at least another $250,000 on its own. We'll receive a bonus payment of $50,000 for each unit. That's great stuff. So actually now, before the money is at the 10 million mark, let me actually buy another train here. Why not? Now this Mikado only goes 80, so no, it has more tractive effort and certainly more power, but I think the Atlantic will still do. So Atlantic, and then how many of these are we gonna have again? I think it was one more. 218, I think. Yes, 144, that is correct. So I'll just set this one on the line so long and just hold it here. Oh, actually no, because it will cost more to hold it somewhere. So I'll just leave it in here until the other one gets close to Indianapolis. It's already 114. So they should be, at least if both trains aren't full all the time, they'll be reasonable money makers, I think, together. The whole shipment is full. This is some nice booze that we're getting here. Alright, set the other one loose. You are unleashed. This one can be a very light blue. That's nice.
Finally! Our sweat and blood and tears have generated the capital we need to invest in the automobile industry. Our friend William Durant is inviting us to be part of his company, General Motors. This is an offer we cannot refuse. Let's invest now.
Okay. Invest in the automobile industry, and that will cost $5 million. But they also say, unfortunately, prohibition has been lifted and alcohol has been legalized again. I guess they have to do that just because they can't keep paying that $50,000 bonus for us. But we can keep running this line and still get that normal $250,000 or so. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's just now it loses that illegal aspect. But you could see there now the police never even appeared in the picture. So I think that only happens if you transport the booze by road, which is more what happened in reality, I think. But we just were above that. You know, we're a class above the rest. So we just used a full train full of illegal alcohol. So okay, I'll invest.
Our money has been invested. Now we just need to make sure that this investment pays off. That means people actually need to buy General Motors cars. The best advertisement for an automobile manufacturer is the glorious victory of its vehicle in a motor race. We should build a racetrack. Anyone who's ever witnessed such a spectacle will need their own cars.
Ah, very clever marketing tactic. So we must just deliver construction material to the construction site of the racetrack for the Indy 500. Then after that we'll get more missions. Once the racetrack has been built, the industrial districts in the cities will be good customers for the construction material, so we shouldn't waste that money maker. And that's it. So if we just have a look, the construction site is right here. So that's where they'll build the actual racetrack. And the materials come from here, the stone, and then there is of course the manufacturing plant as well. So again, another good money maker for us. But I'll just stop this video here now. We've had some illegal fun there, and I don't again want to make this too long. So thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying, and see you in the next episode. Have a fantastic day.